Daedalus of the Crows is absolutely bloody wonderful. As of recording this, it's been a little while since the season finale of Daedalus of the Crows dropped. And boy, what a finale it was. The series as a whole is just genuinely incredible stuff. I have been reading it weekly since I discovered it a couple of months ago. I think I tweeted out about it, link in the description or at some point when I started reading it. And since then, well, I've been reading it non-stop weekly, and it is just a joy. It's so goddamn good. The music as well. It's also a webtoon that comes with music. Music's fantastic. Music adds so much to the webcomic format, in my opinion. It adds just to everything, really, but the music is absolutely stellar. I love, and the music also fits perfectly when it's used within Daedalus the Crows. It's just all around solid. The storytelling in Daedalus the Crows is also fantastic. So, I'm not going to dwell on spoilers too early on, but I will absolutely be spoiling, particularly the conclusion and some thoughts I have around it a little bit later on in this video. This is non-scripted, I'm just going to waffle, but that is the plan, is I'm going to very much spoil the ending in a little bit. But we'll just give you a brief plot overview if you've not read Daedalus the Crows, and this is your first time hearing about it now that it's finished. So, you got a guy, we don't know his name, and then he dies, kind of. And then he ends up in this weird place after making a deal with this weird, creepy crow man. And then he's in this place, dropped into the middle of nowhere, and he has to fight for his survival in this labyrinth against other people who've also made deals with these weird, creepy god things. And that's basically the gist of the story. He's also trying to, reunite with this girl he feels like he let down and betrayed. Presumably she's dead. Well, I'm talking about spoilers later. Presumably she's dead. Her name is Ariana, if I remember correctly. I should have checked that before I start recording this. Oh, God. But we then learn the protagonist's name is now Carrion, and it's given to him by his god, or Harbinger, as we find out they're later called. And, he doesn't really know how to use his abilities. And, he slowly starts to learn how to use them. He makes some friends, he goes to the labyrinth, and some really crazy shit happens. Him finding out, some weird, darker secrets about the labyrinth. We're introducing more concepts, how the labyrinth is run. The fact that the gods seemingly aren't at the top of the food chain within this labyrinth. They're, in fact, prisoners of it themselves, which is a very interesting concept that will probably go to some greater lengths toward the end, although it kind of already has gone to some greater lengths with particular moments in that final act. But yeah, Daedalus the Crows, quality stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. The character interactions are beautiful. They're very, very fun. The characters feel very alive, feel very charismatic. They're very enjoyable. The action sequences are, again, lovely. The art is lovely. As for just like a brief, very, very quick rundown of should you read Daedalus the Crows, if anything I said interests you, abso-fucking-lutely. And if it doesn't, it's probably my fault for not selling you on it. So go read it anyway, okay? Just go read it anyway. Read like the first 10 chapters, 20 chapters, 30 chapters, 40 chapters. Just read all 90 or however many chapters there are in the first season, and just enjoy yourself. You'll have a grand old time. Now, spoilers. We're just going to go raw. This is your last opportunity. If you don't want spoilers, just click exit full screen or tab back in. Leave a like, a comment, the notification bell, share the video around, subscribe, 28,000 by the end of the year. So if you do me a solid, help me do that would be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, this is your last chance. Spoilers from now on. I'm going to yap about spoilers, my own speculations about the series. You have been warned. This is your final call. Okay, you better have all gone. So, not the people that already know or don't care about the spoilers. You should all still be here. It's too late now, isn't it? Oh, God. But, so the conclusion. One of the biggest twists that is dropped on us is that Carrion's god, the Red Crow, Melphus, is actually himself. We see Melphus take off his mask, and the face beneath it is Carrion's. Which ties in with the speech that Melphus was giving in the final moments of the final chapter about time being cyclical. Everything just repeats itself, which is very, very interesting. And kind of implies that maybe, at some point down the road, Carrion's going to fully integrate all of Melphus's abilities and eventually replace him. How is that going to happen? Surely the people, the humans, can't replace their gods. Well, actually, no, they definitely can. As we see with probably the best character in Season 1, Mu. Yukimura Mu. Oh my lord, this guy is so fucking interesting. He has such a cool little background going on, and his conniving scheming and his little special eye that allows him to control people, and he's literally just puppet mastering like fucking Aizen from Bleach. It's just brilliant. He's the GOAT, outright. And well, he severs his own connection with the god using another, plot relevant device character thing in the White Crow. Interesting. Look at that, 2 crows. Cute name of the series. It shouldn't be that surprising that there's a lot of crows in this, right? He uses that to sever his connection with his own god. Then makes a contract with a new one. However, there's a key thing with this, that it's not the god making a deal with Mu, it's Mu proposing the contract to the god. And Mu becomes a god. Mu becomes a fucking god. Something unprecedented in the entire labyrinth as of this up to this point. And and we assume he dies. Carrion and co with Jeanne and her sister, and of course the ever wonderful Medea. They defeat Mu. They seemingly almost kill him. He gets taken away with the Sibyls before Carrion is able to deal the finishing blow with his special abilities. But then the Council of the Harbingers is in session, and the Sibyls announce the arrival of a new Harbinger. And as he walks in, there he is, it's Mu. It's Mu. And it makes you wonder, if time is cyclical, I wonder, do we think that perhaps that god that Mu struck a deal with was also Mu in the past? Or given that was, based on what the Sibyls have said, perhaps this is the first time that something unprecedented or out of the cycle has ever happened. This is what Melphus has been hoping to happen, to break this cycle. Because Melphus seemingly has some grand scheme that will go against, the grain of, the status quo of the labyrinth. He is clearly scheming something far grander than the other gods of just, we want free. We want to be free. Melphus clearly has an obscenely grand plan, and I'm wondering if Mu and his ascension to godhood is part of that. An unprecedented ascension to godhood, the arrival of a brand new Harbinger that, hasn't previously been around. I wonder if this is all a part of Melphus' grand scheme. Well, and also, what is his grand scheme? Well, it definitely ties in with the White Crow. It definitely ties in with Lilith. Or, who I assume to be, given that we know that Melphus is Carrion, well, it's almost certainly going to be, given the directing of that final chapter, which was absolutely fucking stellar, by the way, Lilith, the White Crow, is going to be Ariana. Especially given that Carrion lost Ariana's bracelet, I think it was, right at the end after his interaction with the White Crow, who now has it. Almost certainly the case that Lilith is going to be Ariana. That is going to cause some absolute heartache for our poor boy Carrion. However, given he's probably destined to become Melphus at some point, maybe not. Maybe he'll be fine. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But there are loads of other points throughout Daedalus the Crows that are just chef's kiss, stellar, ultra high quality, fantastic things that just go beyond words, and I just found just absolutely stellar. Carrion's growth and development and his learning to use his abilities and gaining new ones and getting trained by Jeanne is absolutely fantastic. I adore it. I can't wait for season 2, obviously. It's going to be absolutely bloody brilliant, aye. Right, it's going to be absolutely bloody brilliant, aye. Don't know why I went, well, it's not quite Scouse, Black Country. Somewhere, a weird blend of Black Country and Scouse, if you know your English accents. Not that that's relevant to this. But yeah, I, love Daedalus the Crows. I feel like I had much more to say around the time I read that final chapter that has now all escaped me in the excitement of recording this video about a week or two later. Fuck's sake. But I'm sure one day that, I'm almost certainly when season 2 comes back, probably going to start reading it on the channel. I'm going to start reading it on the channel, I think. When Daedalus the Crows returns, I think it might become another, every now and then on the channel. I don't know when I'll upload it, whether it'll probably be the Wednesday slot, and then I'll do, if I have a discussion video to upload, it'll also go up on Wednesday, and I'll probably just be a week behind, because I think Daedalus the Crow chapters go up on Thursdays, normally, so I'll just be a week behind the chapter updates, ish, but hey, by the by. Honestly, Daedalus the Crow's fantastic stuff. If my breakdown of the final chapter and stuff around that is interesting to you, and that is added into what I said earlier, makes you can want to read it, because I've skipped a hell of a lot of stuff. Oh man, there is so much more to it than just the beginning and the end, obviously. So please do go read it. It's just so good. The authors and artists are fantastic. Do go check them out. But yeah, there's the Crows. Beautiful stuff. I will probably start reading it and voice acting it on the channel when it returns. So if that is something that catches your eye, you're a big fan of Daedalus the Crows, please do stick around and look out for that. Because I really like it, and I want to spread it around to more people. So yeah, but either way, I've been Aussie, you've been you. Leave a like, comment, sub, notification bell, share the video around. But either way, hope you guys are on time for the video. That's a ta for now.